What's up, folks? Welcome to another Shedcrazy video. As you can see, we're in the campfire. Look out there, it's so dang smoky. And it's kind of like this everywhere, but we decided we needed to get out of the hot temperature, so we're gonna make a good drive. And we're gonna go see if the elk are moving into some spots. We went looking for deer yesterday, didn't have a ton of success, so we're gonna go try the elk today. And try to accomplish a few things. One thing I want to look at is whether or not they're in a spot where I can hunt them out of a tree saddle, because that's my goal this year, is to try to shoot an elk out of a tree saddle. So anyway, let's head to the mountains. Eating chicken on the side of the road. It wasn't safe to drive. I like to get all the black stuff out of the bone. That's my #1 favorite part. If we go this way, we'll be fighting a little bit of deadfall, but looks like the elk have been trailing. What I can see so far is maybe one bull track and a cow and a calf, but this week probably nothing super fresh. I think we're gonna bushwhack up through this timber, just kind of see what it looks like as far as sign, and see if there's a couple places the spring pops up. They've been hitting these wallows while it's been hot. So we found a little spot here that a little bit of water running. Hopefully it's still here when the hunts get here, but the elk are using a little trail coming through. It's not a great funnel. There's a few different spots here where we could put a camera, but I think if we put on this trail here, this seems everything kind of comes together here. So we should get at least a majority of the elk coming on it, but it's so sporadic. These over-the-counter units, like we're trying to basically hunt 5 elk probably. Like they don't circle into this area and out. So all we use the trail camera for is basically to decide a general pattern of what they're doing. But I still have never killed a bull up here that I had on trail camera, so it is what it is. But we're gonna throw on this tree here and face it kind of back towards the trail that we came in on. And this position is kind of about like head height to me. And that should get the elk coming through this cut right here. So, running this little stealth cam right here. We got it on 3-shot burst. So, hopefully between that, it should get everything. Really I don't know, I'm kind of being a little vulnerable, but we don't have a lock for this one. So if you see it up here, just don't steal it, because that's what jerks do. And then we're just going to make sure we get rid of these branches that'll sit here and blow in the wind and trigger it. Tie this up too. I don't know about you guys, but cow elk, this is like their favorite delicacy. I always get pictures like this. Got her all trimmed and set up, so I'm just going to mark it on Scout to Hunt so we know exactly where it's at. In the app they have a trail cam marker. Beep. So I'll just drop it on my location. And it's marked. Now I can always find my way back here if I got to come back in the dark and check this camera or whatever, which happens a lot. Seems like I'm always checking them on my way out in the dark. So, yep. Alright, so we're going to keep working our way up. We actually have quite a ways to go to get to the cam spot that I had in my mind, but we gotta go look at it and see what the traffic's like up there, so we better get busting. We just finished setting this cam. There's an elk right here on the hill crashing around. that's a good sign right there. A couple elk beds. So this is a little spot that we've kind of had our eye on. Good wallow here. This is a scrape, you can tell, scrub rub that's been used for years. A pretty major travel area too, in between some private property and some public. So I think we're gonna throw a camera somewhere right here, and then also several possibilities for a tree stand or a tree saddle here. Lots of trees around, so if this one gets consistent bull showing up, this may be where we end up sitting. It's a beast of a hike to get here, so we'd have to figure it out. Maybe camp on the ridge even and be here before it gets light and catch these bulls coming up through. But good little spot. Let's hang a camera.
What's up, you guys? So the hunts are getting close. They start in just about a week and a half. So I wanted to run through some gear that I'm going to be using this year for the first time. And this is kind of an unboxing too, because I haven't actually opened all this stuff up yet, except for one of the items. But I'm just going to run through 3 things that I'm stoked to be trying out. First up, I got this tree saddle system from my friends at Tethered. And luckily, they sent me the big boy. This is a Predator XL platform. So I'm sure you're all somewhat familiar with tree saddle hunting, but this, platform goes up in the tree. You wear basically a harness around your waist with a tether going to the tree. So they hooked me up with some good stuff, a lot of gear hangers. This is a recliner strap that goes up high so you can lean back comfortably. But I have zero experience with this stuff, so if you guys have any suggestions for things I should or should not do with this tethered system, let me know in the comments. I'm excited. And also, if you guys know of a good set of climbing sticks that I should buy, let me know, because I'm going to be buying a pair this week. The guys at Tethered are out of stock on climbing sticks, so I'm going to have to find some other ones. But this is the actual saddle, and I think this is a new one. It's called the Phantom XL because your boy's big. Got that dump truck, fill that thing up, so that I'll be able to sit up in a tree for a long time. Now, I know that a lot of guys haven't used these for Western hunting, like it's pretty kind of new to the Western hunting scene, so I'm excited to try it out and see if I can get on a mule deer or an elk with this system. Around here we don't have the greatest trees for it, but in some areas where we have like aspens, I think are kind of the areas that I'm going to target. So big shout out to Tethered, go check them out. I'll leave a link to them in the description of this video if you guys want to learn more about this tree saddle system. So up next we have this razor from Vortex Optics, and they actually sent me this one a long time ago, and I had to sign a thing saying I wouldn't tell anybody about it because I got one of the early ones, but they're out now. So this is the HDLHT, the razor, and you'll see here it is not in this box. So I actually have it mounted up already on my 6.5 Creedmoor, that one that I had built last year, and it's going to be an absolute shooter. I'm super excited to get out. It has like a really easy to use reticle, so I think for long range stuff it's going to be money. Comes with all the stuff you need. Comes with a sunshade that you can screw on. This says attention, it must be important. Don't even know what it is. Comes with lots of stuff that you need. Luckily I have Rocky to figure all that stuff out for me. He mounts it on the gun and I go out and shoot it. But I'm excited for this scope this year. So this one is a 4.5 to 22 by 50, and I'm excited to see what we can do with this long range this year. I've always had good luck with their scopes in the past, and I don't think it'll be any different with this one here. I've been shooting a lot of their HSLRs in the past, the 4 to 16s by 50s, but they're good scopes, and I'm excited to try this one out and see what it does. So as always, Vortex is a partner of this channel, and there will be a link to their website in the description of this and all my other videos. So go check out Vortex, get these while they're in stock. So up next, we got this Shedcrazy, and these guys are cool. They actually sent me some fuel cans in the past. Tethered also sent me this knife, which is a nice little added bonus, because that could come in handy when you're up the tree. But Shedcrazy USA, I think they're a Utah company. Yeah, shipped out of North Ogden, so at least they have some Utah ties. But they sent me some fuel cans after all my running out of fuel debacles in the past. But this one is a little bit different. So this one is actually a water can or utility can. You can use it for all kinds of stuff, and the reason I got this is actually to go in my little trailer. I looked at getting a full new sink set up. It has a hand pump sink in it right now, but I don't like to mess with plumbing, and I don't like to really even haul that much water around, especially when I just need a little bit of culinary water. So that's what I got this for. This actually sits on the side of the sink, and it has this tap that you can turn on, turn off, and it's a little sink. So super simple to use, easy. And then the good thing about these two is they're basically, I don't think they're pressurized, but this button on the top releases them. So their fuel cans are way easy to use. All you have to do is put the hose into the fuel tank and push this button and it fuels. And the same thing with this one, you fill this up with water, use this for a sink spout, push this button, turns the water on. It's really easy and food grade as well. I asked them, so you can actually drink water, brush your teeth with this, whatever, but it's essentially gonna be my camping sink for the year. So thanks to SureCan USA. I'll link them in the description of this video as well. Appreciate them sending it out. So that's some of the gear that I'm gonna be using for this year. You guys kind of know what I run, I'm sure, if you've been watching videos in the past. If you have any questions about gear that I'm using, anything that you want to know, let me know in the comments of this video and I'll be happy to make another video about them. So that's kind of what I wanted to go through with you guys, do a little bit of unboxing, let you in on the fun. And yeah, that's all we really have. But I do need to thank a few people that bought apparel. I think this is going to be the end of this video. We'll probably tack it onto the end of the elk scouting one. So I think it's really like 2 people. So the first one, which I can't remember if we thanked in the last one or not, is Aurora Flores. And if we did, thanks again, Aurora. Then we got good old Kyler Mumford coming through strong. Kyler orders stuff off my store all the time. He's my nephew and he's a stud. And then Taylor Longhurst. So those are the only 3 orders that we got since last time. So thank you guys for buying apparel. I do have some foam hats in stock on the store right now. This hat is in stock as well. But the foam hats I think are, if I got them on there for 15 bucks or super cheap, I'm gonna blow those out before summer ends. So go grab you some of those. Thanks for following along and watching, and we'll see you on the next one.